Hello and welcome back to the vlog.
Even Bronte's got a little coat on.
We're at Icarus Falconry today. We've just fed all the birds. It's a kind of better than it has been because the rain stopped and the drizzle and the sort of foggy weather stopped. But you can kind of see it's a real typical English winter's day here in the UK now. It's cold, there's not a puff of air, but thankfully the drizzle stopped. Got some of the chores out of the way, so we're going to do a bit of work with Zeus again, see if we can get a bit more fitness into that guy, and then we'll see what else we can find to do straight after that. Keep up, see what's next. Come on. So training went well. He's definitely lacking in fitness this year, and that's directly correlates really to last year, doing so much work here, renovating the Falconry Centre. His season was very short and sporadic, and they definitely, if you get these birds fit this year, they hang on to quite a lot of that fitness through the summer rest period, and that he can build on that again next year. Basically, Zeus and I have lost cardio, we're getting fat and flabby, and just like going to the gym, you've got to start small and build up, and it's frustrating because you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, and that's just how it is building up the fitness in a large falconry bird like an eagle. Hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll see a real improvement, because once you start building you really sort of get on with it, and it improves exponentially. Hopefully soon we'll be out in the field proper, but for now, baby steps, boring gym work. Cup of tea time. One thing our birds really do like, they do love their swing perches at the front of their enclosures. Until you watch them, Luna.
Hello, we are at Icarus. We're just doing cleaning out, and little Bronte. Everything ready. Dad is just feeding them. There he is. Oh no, he's gone. And what are we going to do? I think after we've done cleaning out, we're going to be flying the golden eagle.
So here we are, back at Icarus Falconry again, and guess what we're doing? We're cleaning up poo again. So we're cleaning out some enclosures today, and this time of year, so it's a run up to Christmas now, it's one of my least favourite times of the year. Now, not for other reasons, I love Christmas, I don't like all the claptrap before, but I love Christmas, it's not that at all. And it's not because there's nothing to do, because there's lots to do, and it is the falconry season when really I should be out as much as I can flying my eagle. It's actually, I just can't stand these grey, damp, dreary days. So here at the Falconry Centre now, everything's damp. Have a look at this behind. The fence that Holly spent a good few days painting around the centre, the standoff barrier, under the trees where it's damp, it doesn't get any sun through the winter. Look at the green algae. There's nothing we can do apart from jet wash it off, but we just leave it and then we sort it out again in the spring because it's a fighting battle. Everything's damp. The mud starts to form where our guests and staff are walking the same route. Even the birds look damp some days. It just makes you feel like, oh, you long for those lovely summer's mornings and spring mornings when you can feel the sun back on your face. So it's a bit of a low ebb. It is a bit like, oh, a bit dreary. And if you look around the centre at the moment, you've not only got, you've got the green algae growing on the fences, you've got other bits of woodwork that we desperately need to paint to look nice, not for the birds, just to look nice. And you've got some of this signage. You know, it's great signage. It's been here a few years, but it's peeling now. And of course, the C word year has meant that really we've not had any funds to do anything that's aesthetic. We've had graft, we all graft here, goodness knows that, and anything we can do that's just graft, we've done, and we've done quite a lot of stuff, but it all comes down to money, doesn't it? At the end of the day, if you have to buy some paint, if you have to buy some plants, if you have to buy new signs, obviously this year that isn't happening. So hopefully going into next year, certainly maybe by Easter, when things are sort of picking up and you get the taste of summer coming, what we're hoping for is not only to get the place looking ship-shape, sort of for the more Easter opening, that kind of time when people are really getting out. Painting's easy, costs us a few £100 here, actually, just for the materials, but we'd like to get some of this new signage, because to me, nothing's worse than the little tatty things. Because the little tatty things, you can still read the sign, it still looks okay, but the little tatty things, they add up, don't they? They add up to make everything look tatty, and you only need kind of 10% tatty for all that hard work to not look at its best. So we're really looking forward to getting the place back on track there. Let's hope the corona thing kind of lets us get on there and things pick up a bit next year. And you may remember one of our earlier vlogs. We were standing in the avenue, it's pouring of rain, we've got words of the bald eagle about to fly, and we were telling you we've been investigating this summer, Jackie and I and Georgia, all over the country, to people we know that run amazing falconry places or wildlife parks, and kind of looking, what can we do just to change things up a little bit. So the Lowthers who own the house here, the Holdenby estate, they're always keen to do new things and make things changes and make things sort of, you got to say improvements, because we always want to improve. Even if you're doing things well, you want to improve and change things up for our many guests. So we've been in great talks with those guys, and it's looking likely that we might have a bit of news by the end of the winter, that we might make the place a little bit more available for those guys that aren't just booking our experience days. So watch this space. We've got great ideas. We've got wheels turning, and it's took quite a few months for us all to come up with these ideas in a way that they'll work, and they'll work alongside what we already do. But we think by the end of next year, there's going to be some great changes here at Holdenby House and Icarus Falconry. So keep watching this space, and as things progress, we'll give you little teasers and little tasters of what we're up to, and let's see if we can make 2021 something a heck of a lot more special, positively, than the annoying 2020. Let's see. But for now, it's cleaning up that poo. Come on. So, poo, cleaning up poo. We're going to rake that through the hose, pick up any pellets, pick up any uneaten food, and the animal that made all this mess, of course, doesn't want to clean up itself. He's just sitting there, actually watching me clean up her poo and kind of criticising. We all know people like this, don't we? Yes, you're that person. You poo, thank you. You swing on your swing, gorgeous creature, and I'll crack on and clean up your poo. I like the way you keep your head still. Ugh. A day in the life of an eagle owl. This is a great crested newt. Most people have heard of them, almost mythical status as such a protected species here in the UK. There are, however, a few people that breed these captive bred newts with paperwork And we're so lucky to actually have a small colony here that we can use for educational purposes. We have wild ones in the ponds around here as well, plenty of them actually. But of course, without a licence, we're not allowed to touch them, catch them, or use them for any kind of educational purpose at all. So actually having captive bred stock is fantastic. Now the glass is steaming up. I'll see if I can wipe it. These are kept at outdoor barn temperature. Hold on. Unfortunately, this isn't coming out as well as I'd like because this is one of the most amazing species in the UK. The great crested newt, in full breeding dress like this male, is absolutely stunning. It is a living dragon. It uses that lovely silver flash and that crest to court his mate. They don't have them, the females don't have the big crest and they don't have the silver flash and then large tail. They really are absolute beautiful, stunning creatures. And they're a British animal, they're not from some tropical rainforest. These live in ponds all around the UK and in lots of people's gardens. They grow much larger than the smooth newt or the common newt. And to be honest, a male common newt, when he's in full breeding dress, he's a beautiful looking animal indeed. But nothing really can compare to a 6 or 7 inch long great crested newt. They are absolutely every bit as exciting and as stunning and as amazing as those dinosaurs that we saw in books as little children. And for sure, this short bit of video clip is certainly not doing this little guy justice. In fact, I might be sneaky and try and get some better footage from my good friend Lee. So we're going to do a little bit more repetition training with Zeus, and it looks like it's going to snow or something. We give him, for him, very big rewards for doing this and very short length flights. So he's quite unfit, and the big rewards, hold on a second, more encouraging for him, and the shorter flights are also more encouraging for him to put on a burst of energy, not going far, but it's getting in the air and getting those wings moving that we're looking for, getting that muscle toned up again, and then we'll increase distance when we've got that really quick response. Let's see what he does. You can see that lightweight rope dragging on the wet grass. It's making him have to pump those wings. It's not about the weight of the rope, it's just about enough drag so he doesn't glide. He's got to do that muscle building exercise. And you can also see, again, if you've watched any of our Harris Sort videos, we don't necessarily hide the food with this guy because he doesn't follow on. He always gets a reward, or nearly always gets a reward, so it doesn't matter to me if he sees it on show on the glove, because it's not I might get a reward. It generally does. We don't fly this bird in the same way as a small hawk, and we don't have to do as many call-offs when we're actually out hunting with him. And again, what looks like quite a small reward for this guy today is actually a huge reward for this exercise, because normally we're reducing it down to something about the size of the end of my little finger, and he'll work actively for that. But at this stage, we want that encouragement, a bit of food, make him feel the difficult effort at the moment is probably worthwhile.
Thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.